The third way, the principles of continual learning and experimentation, presented by Posse, you, Brianna Montez, Cassie Jones, Jay Johnson, and Tony Daly. Introduction. The principles of continual learning in the workplace. This chapter covers a lot about how we can improve ourselves, like in our workplace, and improve areas that would allow better flow, creating better opportunities, better high-performing companies, promote learning and experimentation, generates new improvements, and enable teams to rapidly, automatically adapt to an ever-changing environment.
So in the section I read about, enabling organizational learning and a safety culture, working in a complex system, having little to no accidents can be next to impossible, with the root cause the majority of the time being human error, and the predictable management response being name, blame, and shame to the person that caused the accident. Having accidents being handled with shaming and berating people who caused the accidents can lead to a culture of fear, where catastrophes can be more apparent and likely. Unlike fixing problems when they're first spotted to avoid disasters. Establishing systems such as a blameless postmortem after incidents occur can help teams understand how the accident happened in the first place, and will help catastrophes become avoided because of the faster detection and recovery.
Initializing an improvement of daily work. So in this situation, the problem is the processes degrade over time due to chaos and entropy. In the absence of improvements, processes don't stay the same. This, I guess, you could sum down to the rut. Daily work environments can cause people to get into ruts. Mistakes are made, and people begin to rely on habits rather than new innovative ideas. And this can cause, degradation that needs to be continually improved upon so that we're able to overcome those situations. If we continue on, transform local discoveries into global improvements. This is kind of a way to kind of improve upon those degrades and those ruts that get formed. What ends up happening here is through the work and input, discoveries are made. Put simply, we must share these discoveries to build a more effective workplace. In development, we often complete tasks or overcome hurdles that are more than likely causing others in the workplace to have issues. As well, the objects of this principle is to develop habits or systems to help share and troubleshooting solutions. An example of this would be in the case of an error coming or being developed. The person who is able to resolve that ticket, what he does is able to resolve that error. What he does is he should take and create a ticket explaining what the error was and how he resolved it. This way, in case somebody else ends up entering into that same problem, they're able to quickly overcome it so that they can move to their next task. Continuing on from that, we inject resilience into patterns into our daily work. So what usually ends up happening is there are different flows in the workplace. Sometimes we have more busy times and sometimes we have less busy times. During those high busy times in the workplace, a lot of stress can be put down on certain areas of the workplace. So for example, Christmas rolls around and several websites managed by a company get flooded with unexpectedly large traffic. To create resilience, we simply means making the employees prepared. So to do this, we can discover what our workplace stresses are, what are causing the difficulties. We can train or prep our individuals to better handle these situations. Surveys can help us determine what kind of problems are happening in the workplace and what are our issues. And in general, we can do stress testing by going through or using systems that allow us to observe what is causing degradation in productivity.
Inject resilience patterns into our daily work. So to reduce the risk of work center being idle, managers choose to stockpile inventory, and to reduce the work center going down, managers increase capacity by purchasing more equipment or hiring more people.
Leaders are essential, workers are essential, and each have their different roles. Leaders need to make good decisions for the group and also create conditions so their team can discover greatness in their daily work. Creating greatness requires both leaders and workers who are dependent on each other. There must be mutual respect. Leaders have to learn and teach disciplined problem-solving skills so the company has a clear direction. This can result in shorter-term goals, which can be executed at the worker level. This is like using the scientific method in the workplace. First, we state the problem, then we hypothesize how we can solve it. Next, we test the hypothesis and figure out if that worked for the problem, and then use those results to help us with the next set of problems. Some questions that we can ask are, what was your last step and what happened? Or what did you learn? Or what is your condition now? By using this scientific method, leaders can help see and solve problems that help a company grow. The results are not only better performance, but also increased resilience and higher job satisfaction, and also improved organization adaptability.
So to wrap it all up, in general, what we're trying to do with this whole topic is to be able to, we're trying to create resilience in the workplace and learn and create techniques for the workplace in order for us to be able to adapt and have a more effective flowing situation.